Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Vinyl Hazard. I'm Daniel, and I'm back with an update. Been a while, like 1.5 months. So I have actually a lot of things I have bought during this time. Been trying to scale down a bit, so that's why the update has become a little bit more infrequent. But I also have a lot of shit to do, so that's one of the reasons. But I am back, and I'm thinking of doing this as a bit of a different format. I'm going to try to hold the updates to about 10-ish minutes, because I have discovered myself that trying to look at 20-25 minute videos is pretty time consuming. And you know, I love this community. I try to watch as many videos as I can. But I have been a little bit bad as of late to like catch up on everything. It's like 5 new videos a day, and not been able to comment on most videos, so excuse me for that. I am trying to watch every video though, so hey my friends, if I have not commented on your videos, know that I am watching, but I am going to try to be a bit better at that also. So, yeah, so shall we begin? Already at 1.5 minute mark. So, I was watching Jürgen's channel a couple of weeks ago, and he shows a lot of things, and in this update he showed a book, which is this one, Contract in Blood by Glasper. I didn't know this book existed until I watched Jürgen's video, and I didn't even know that Contact in Blood was a spoof from this book, so that the more you know. But I'm just in the start at this book, been reading a couple of pages, and it has like a lexicon of the UK thrash metal scene during the beginning of it all. And I think they have, yeah, here they have like the content list of this book, and you can see it's just filled with bands from the era and here. So this should be a blast to actually look through. I think Venom is the first band here, which they should be also. I mean, they have created basically both thrash metal and black metal, right? So yeah, very excited to have this book and to get to read it. Next one, 2 CDs I'm going to show you today. The first one is from a Brazilian band. This is their second album, and it is Tyranno. So this is their album March to Death, March of Death, sorry. And they are a thrash metal band. I think they are consistence of 3 people. Yeah, there we have it. So this is the whole picture also, if you turn it out like this. Very cool. So really like this thrash band. You know, it's a bit of a raw sound. You know, the perfect music you have to just blast yourself through the day. I think this band is, while maybe not going into the top 10 list, they are certainly very, very good if you like traditional thrash metal, you know, bone hard, balls to the walls thrash. I think Tyranno might just be up your alley, so check them out. And here is the CD too. There we go. Oh, they're from it's Hellprod Records also, by the way. So Portuguese label, right? So, but the band is from Brazil. So, next one I bought from an auction site. Sabaton's Attero's Dominatus. It's their, let's see now, second album, right? 2006 this was released. And Sabaton basically do not need any introduction, you know it, power metal. Featured by Jocke Brodén here, and also on this album Per. And one thing I noticed when I bought this, I got this for about $6, 6 American dollars, roughly. Or 60 kronor, as it's also is in Sweden. One thing that wasn't in the actual, wasn't advertised in this, was that this was actually signed by both Per and Joachim. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's a little bit of bonus if it is indeed their signature, but I have no reason to like believe anything else. Doesn't really raise the price or anything. Well, perhaps a little bit, but not enough to like just forge away a lot of signatures. Anyway, from Black Lodge, awesome album, probably Sabaton's, you know, I guess not breakout album, but they were quite known when this was released, but it didn't hinder their fame, so to speak. So, onwards and upwards, or downwards, perhaps, if you're coming with this album. But this might be, well, I already know this is going to be on the top 10 at the end of the year. I do not see it get kicked off. This is Draconian, Under a Godless Veil. This is a awesome album. I mean, simply awesome album. It is a mixture of doom, goth metal, a little bit of, you know, blackish, black metal vibes in it. Draconian is, of course, a Swedish band, and they have been at it since 1994 or something like that. Don't actually know what in order this album is, but they have released a lot of albums. This album features Heike, the new female singer. She was new on the last album, I think. And she is just divine on this album. Also, it's a very, her voice is a very, you know, angelic, ghostly voice. She's not the, you know, she's not an opera singer, but her voice really cuts through in this album, and she does a phenomenal work. I cannot praise it enough, really. It's glorious. And let's see, I think it's on standard black vinyl also. If you have not listened to Draconian, you simply have to do it. It's that good. It is an awesome album, really is. So Draconian, Under a Godless Veil. Looking at you, Liam. You have to get this album. It's great. You probably already have this album. Who knows? Anyway. Next one. I see it, we are at the 8-minute mark, so I think I will have time for 2 more. So the next one is actually from a New Zealand band, and that is 3000 AD, and this is The Void. This is their first album, I believe. Listen to this on Bandcamp, just fell in love with it. It's crossover thrash, so there is some punkish elements to it. Oh yeah, you can probably see this. Very exclusive vinyl, number 34, just 50 pressed. And let's see, here we have the actual record, which should be purple. Cannot really see it through this, but it sort of is, it looks black, but yeah, if I turn it like this, you can see it like dark purple. Awesome band, very small band, of course, in the startup, so to speak. Really like their sound. Really like the sound. I do not know what to describe them or compare them to, because their sound is pretty distinct. But yeah, it is sort of traditional crossover thrash. Yeah, you simply just need to listen to it to really get an appreciation for it. So if you live in Australia and New Zealand, you should know this band. And I know I have a couple of watchers from those parts, so give this a try. Awesome. Let's see. Yeah, we will take one more and then we will end this. So the next one I have for you is a band which should not be unknown to anyone. Kreator, Endless Pain. their first album. Now, I have to be perfectly honest with you. I am a thrash guy, but I am not as well versed in the Teutonic thrash metal scene, the German thrash metal scene. I have to admit. The first time I saw Kreator was in 2017, and it was the best band at a festival, Bråvalla 2017, by far. They just smashed. Awesome band. And but I haven't really gotten any albums from them. I listened to them, really like them, but haven't really pulled the trigger on any album. But then I just said, fuck it, I need to have this album. So this is the first album. A little bit of a strange story to this. So this is actually a first pressing, I think. It's advertised as a first pressing. Got it for about $50, so not cheap. And when I open it, everything is indicated that it's a first pressing. The vinyl itself, the record, beautiful by the way. Have almost no surface noise. The outer cover is in very, very good condition. A little bit of a seam split here, but nothing major. What I didn't notice though was that it didn't have an inner sleeve, or it had, but the inner sleeve was not the one that the first pressing had. It was, I think it is from the 1988 pressing, the second pressing of it. But the record in itself is a first pressing. So I think somewhere along the line, somewhere around the decades, there might have been 2 copies of this. And I think that either perhaps the inner sleeve of the original one here was destroyed, and perhaps they took this to replace it with, or they mixed it up. Because this is also the first pressing copy of the outer shell. The second pressing has a barcode up here. So I don't know really, and it's not a bootleg. So yeah, I do not know what history this awesome thrash metal record have had, but it's probably an interesting one. So yeah, Kreator will be the last record I have for this update, my friends. So that being said, I will try to make another update as soon as I can. I have a ton of other things I want to show you. But until then, may the metal gods be with you, and I will see you in another video. Take care.